morning, Upper East Siders. Gossip Girl here. Your one and only source into the scandalous lives of Manhattan's elite.
Okay, hold up. I'll take it from here. On this side of the pond, Christmas starts in July. But this week, Santa is putting his feet up.
Well, this ought to be good.
It's time to give thanks to our friends in red, white and blue.
Happy Thanksgiving.
There's lots to be thankful for on the Upper East Side.
Isn't this just the best holiday?
But in Blair Waldorf's eyes, nothing is more precious than pies.
This is delicious. I must get the recipe.
We hope you love it.
You're done here.
Okay, you can take over now.
XOXO, Gossip Girl.
In this series, we're serving you big eats from the small screen.
Yes! Let's do it.
Recipes to eat along with your favourite TV characters.
How good is that?
Bringing food from the telly to your belly.
Did I pass out?
I did.
Well, now that the cat's out of the bag, I think this calls for a celebration. Mm-hmm.
Dessert first, I always say. Thank you, Dorota. Are you hungry?
I guess I'm ready for a new tradition.
This recipe makes enough for 2 pies or 1 crust plus a little snazzy decoration. You need 300 grams of plain flour mixed with half a teaspoon of salt and a tablespoon of icing sugar. Next, we have 200 grams of cubed unsalted butter.
Yes, butter!
Straight out the fridge so it's as cold as Christmas in New York.
Merry Christmas.
I'm going to pulse this in a food processor to bring it all together. We don't want the butter to melt, so keeping our hot hands off the dough as much as possible is key.
I love it when you talk dirty.
Once the mix resembles breadcrumbs, get it out. This is ice cold water, and I'm going to add this to the dough a tablespoon at a time until it starts to come together into a ball. This usually takes about 5 tablespoons of water. Again, we're not using our hands here because we don't want to warm and melt the butter. We want there to be small chunks of butter in the dough, as this will create lamination and give us a flaky pastry with lots of nice layers. Gently bring everything together with your hands into one solid ball with as little handling as possible. Wrap the dough up well and get it into the fridge for at least an hour. Straight out the fridge, the pastry will be super firm because all that butter has set up again. Gently push down from the centre and work outwards.
If I had a dime for every time I heard that.
I've got a 24cm pie dish here. We don't need to grease the dish as we've got a lot of butter in the dough, and that's all going to seep out and essentially self-grease the dish. Cut off the excess, giving yourself about a centimetre extra to play with.
You always did know how to leave them wanting more.
And then crimp the edges. Prick the bottom all over with a fork. That gives the steam somewhere to go and will stop the pastry puffing out its chest like Chuck Bass at a family function.
Damn that mother chucker.
We need to blind bake the pastry before we fill, so cover the base in baking paper. It's easier to shape if you give it a good scrunch first. And then go in with some baking beans. If you don't have any, you could use uncooked rice or dried beans or lentils instead. Pop the case into a 190 fan oven for 15 minutes. Now remove the baking beans. This is going to need another 10 minutes uncovered to fully cook the base through. Now for the filling. Mix up a quick slurry with 1 tablespoon of corn flour and 2 tablespoons of milk. This is going to help to thicken our filling. Now hit it with sugar, spice and everything nice. Half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract.
That's sweet, Archibald, but I don't like vanilla.
3/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon, the same of ginger, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg and a dash of ground cloves.
The ratio of cinnamon to nutmeg, not enough.
You're kidding.
Grab 300 grams of canned pumpkin, 100 grams of light brown sugar, and crack in 2 large eggs. We're going to go in with 150 millilitres of double cream.
Mom, is it really okay to cook with this much heavy cream?
Pour in the filling and bake for 35 to 40 minutes at 170 fan until it's set on the edges with a slight wobble in the centre. In high society, appearances matter, so for a fashionable flourish, some holiday appropriate decorations are the perfect finishing touch to this outfit. Using some Thanksgiving themed cookie cutters, make some little decorations for your pie, but you could save this for a second pie at a later date. The dough freezes well and will happily last for 3 months in the freezer. You can serve the cool pie with a delectable dollop of freshly whipped cream. And that's all, folks. Spotted, a delicious looking pumpkin pie ready to be devoured. XOXO, happy Turkey Day, Upper East Siders.
I'm determined to have the perfect Thanksgiving.
You can find all our recipes and any equipment used in this video on our website, linked in the description box. And don't forget, the first rule of Bite Club is, you talk about Bite Club.